Hello, y'all, everybody. I think I screwed up, and I need y'all's help, because in my last video I talked about how my dad would let me screw up, and then he would help me. Well, now he can no longer help me. So, I have spent too much money on this project already. It gets me excited. Like, it looks cool. Like in my head, I'm like, man, this is gonna be awesome. But is it worth it? Is this temporary structure worth what I'm putting into it so far? I like the fact that it's down here at the house. I like the fact that it's over here all the way. But again, it's like everything I'm thinking about I need to do, it's like, okay, money. More money. When I could have probably like build a building, right? Or I could certainly use a building that's already here. So up here, this is at my parents' house. My dad literally built this whole thing, except for the old barn, which is actually where we process meat. He built all this off of it. Well, I had this awning area. Of course, obviously I had to clear it out. That I talked to my mom, and she said I could absolutely use it. It's got more room. It is not going to hit my head. It's had more room. And it's open. It doesn't have to be closed in like I have the little facility, okay? Because this is what's going through my head. My first issue is the fact that when we're in here, right? We're in here, of course, we don't have much room, okay? Of course, because it folds over. So I was talking about putting a table right here. I'm not so... The lack of room doesn't really affect me. But what I was thinking is if I have, when I'm doing classes, that's going to affect us. Because if I'm here, someone's plucking a chicken behind me, that's what y'all are on. Y'all are on the plucker. There's no room. Also, the biggest thing that we use the most of whenever we're processing chickens is water. So, of course, I have to seal the platform I made. Probably put a thing on the back here so that the water doesn't go behind it. And underneath, I'm going to have to put the stall mats down here and hope that the water drains out. I'm going to figure out a drain for this to send the water out here to catch the feathers. But even when it comes to the table, we're spraying the table off. We're spraying the chicken off before we put it into the chill tank, before we put it into the coolers. Now, the pro that I have thought so far is the fact that it's compact. I can put it, it's out of the way. I even thought about, okay, well, I'll just build a wall here, leave it open, have room. I could do that. But I don't like the fact that the door is just in the way. I'm constantly walking through here to go to the barn. Obviously, I have to go around it. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal to walk around it, but I don't know, the compactness, being out of the way kind of makes me feel better. Okay, I am a creature of, I'm a creature of habit, but I also like things to flow and go a certain way. So everything here is like, okay, add a wall, more stuff here, wall on the back, outside wall, inside wall, protect it, be able to spray it down, all this stuff. It's just, like I said, a lot of more money that I need to put into this thing. Plus, this door, though it's working right now, adding more weight to it might not be the best thing. Might not work. I feel like I have failed y'all constantly. I feel like for the past 4 years, we've been doing this for four years now. Yeah, I just got a thing on YouTube saying, happy 4-year birthday. Been doing this for 4 years, and I feel like I'm constantly telling y'all, I'm sorry, plans change. The rules of a homesteader: make a plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to fail. I'm tired of doing that. I feel like that's not a way to create anything. It's a way to learn, but what should I have learned by now? It's like I'm constantly building and doing stuff like that I want to do now. I need to do it now. So what can I do to make it work now? Instead of thinking long term. That is not thinking long term. Long term is putting a garage down here and building off of it an actual facility. Now, the fact that I still do want a processing area, that's where this comes in, because it's a permanent structure. It's out of the way. It is right here off of the field where I mainly move the chickens. More level to come here, get the chickens here, plus everything in here I already have where it comes to packaging them up. I'm able to store my coolers up here, out of the way down there, because we do have plans that we want for our own house. And so I think this, in my head, becomes better, because here's where this can come in, right? So we're cleaning everything out. Okay, this table will go away, this will go away, so I have even more room. I mean, that opens up solid another 4 feet right there. The thing is, it can still move in a line, right? So we have our plucker that will go right here. Everything's also slanted down. Plucker, the scalder we can have right here, because you're not really splashing water on this. I'm not worried about this wall. Have the scalder right there, plucker right here, table right here, and then we move down to chill tanks and coolers. Could even be behind us, whatever. There's more room in here. There's a square where multiple people can be in here at one time. If we're cutting up, so nothing will technically be behind me. Scald, pluck. I can, we'll put a thing on the side over here where we. I can even bring the kill cone to heaven up here. Use that constantly still. Table here, pluck, and then you just hand it over. Spray everything else. Spray it over. Everything's running down there. I can run lines up here. There's already electricity up here. I don't have to run electricity. All I have to do is run some electrical boxes or some extension cords. Because one thing I was thinking about when it comes to my plucker is putting it on a switch. That way I'm not constantly pushing that little button, because those things will wear out. So if I put it on a switch, it might be a little bit easier. But again, that would be so simple to run a single line along here, because we already have power up here. It's on its own breaker. But when it comes to down here, I have to run electrical. There is a line going here to power the light and the heat plates and stuff like that in there. And I'll just splice off of it. But I've got to run electrical in here. Lights, I can easily put lights up there. It's just like the spot up there just makes more sense. Especially for a long-term thing, because this is not. I'm going to have to then replace the tarp at some point. Up there, I don't have to replace anything. I'm not going to have to replace anything for a long time. And even if I don't get a garage set up right here, that could eventually be mine later on anyways. And so, help me, give me some ideas. Should I continue to build this? Or should I take everything up there? I have the table. It's right there. I have the table, got the plucker, got the kill cones. It'd be the most simplest thing. I wish I would have just asked my dad while he was here, if I could do that. I'm tired of needing help. But I'm also not afraid to need help, or I'm not afraid to ask for help. I need to do better at actually planning things out, weighing the pros and cons before I jump on here too. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do this and this. Oh, hey, oh guys, yeah, screwed up again. Right. So, I guess this is also a video explaining to y'all that like 2025 is gonna be a lot different for this channel. I don't really know. I know what I wanted from the channel when I first did it. I wanted to become Jess, pretty much. I wanted people to follow me and like me and be like, oh my god, Jesse, you're so cool, let's buy your shirts. But honestly, I can't do that because, first of all, I'm not Jess. she's awesome. We all know that. But I'm not I'm not giving y'all what you would need in order to even look at me for advice or ideas, because I'm constantly screwing my own ideas up, right? So we're gonna do better. We've got to do better. We're on our own now. Not on our own, but like, got to think better and do better. Really plan out the process and realize that if I want people to come to me for advice or look to me for advice and ideas, I have to actually have the ideas and advice for them to take. So I'm still gonna ask y'all for help, of course, because unless you want to come help, whatever. Just give me some ideas. Help me out. Not ideas, but give me your thoughts. I'm leaning towards up on the hill and canceling this. Well, I asked my wife, I say, hey, what can we do with that? She said, well, we can make it into like a greenhouse, which I did say that in the video when I first started. So, I mean, it's not just going to go to waste, but I'm just not going to keep putting so much money into it. I mean, like, goodness gracious. I put more money in that than I did the actual barn fixing it, right? So, good thing is I do have my chicks coming in the week of the 27th, so we'll start chicks here soon too. But just know, videos might be longer between them, and I know I'm probably not most of y'all's first pick when it comes like, oh yeah, Jesse posted a video, let's see what he's doing today, and that's fine. That's fine. So we'll get there. We'll figure it out. I do enjoy doing videos, but I think I was putting too much pressure on myself to want to become YouTube like famous. I mean, not famous, but it's like YouTube wealthy. We have come a long way from where we started, but 4 years, we're going to number 5. 5 years is like where I hear like most people, it starts to pick up and change. So 5 years, year 5, 2025, let's do it. 25, let's do it. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all. Again, let me know what you think in the comments about all of it, about my little rant too. But I do just want to start doing things better. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.